seen Jeff before I left, I just went, oof,
So,
I had to come back. I mean, we're getting married. If I didn't come back, that would be a bummer for me.
only you, by the way, would say this to me. You said, Jeff, if you don't want to marry me, you don't have to send me to space.
Don't have to send me to space.
Just one day later, the same woman who spoke of unity found herself at the center of the most explosive billionaire courtroom scandal ever. Because behind that peaceful smile was a betrayal powerful enough to freeze $5.5 billion in assets. Lauren Sánchez, draped in a black designer trench coat, oversized sunglasses masking her expression, stepped out of the armored SUV like she'd aged 10 years overnight. Her jaw was clenched, her stride stiff. But even behind that icy exterior, insiders say her hands were trembling. She looked like she was walking to her own funeral. One court observer whispered to reporters outside, "This wasn't just any court hearing, this was the moment the world had been waiting for." Jeff Bezos, the Amazon titan himself, emerged seconds later, tailored navy suit, flanked by a stone-faced team of high-powered attorneys. No sunglasses, no nerves, just control. He didn't look at Lauren, not even once. Not even in passing, a billionaire face-off, and this time, it wasn't about rockets or retail. It was about $5.5 billion and a betrayal no one saw coming. Inside, the air was thick with anticipation. The wooden benches were packed with reporters, media analysts, even celebrity gossip columnists who had flown in overnight from Los Angeles and London. Even more shocking, whispers that Elon Musk was watching the live stream from a secure channel. In Texas, a source close to the case said he wanted to see the fallout for himself. "This isn't a media circus," the judge warned as he banged the gavel, eyes sweeping across the gallery. "This is a court of law." But everyone knew the truth. This wasn't just any legal drama. It was the implosion of a billionaire love empire, and everyone wanted a front row seat to watch it burn. Insiders say Lauren Sánchez had been desperately trying to settle things quietly. Just days before the hearing, she reportedly offered to back off her share of Bezos's private aerospace projects if he would go soft on the asset split, but Bezos wasn't having it. "Jeff's done playing nice," said one former Amazon executive close to the case. "He gave her the world, and now he's taking it back." Bezos's legal team didn't smile, didn't blink. They came with stacks of sealed evidence folders, each tagged and marked, ready to go. Lauren's team arrived visibly frazzled. Her lead attorney was seen arguing with her outside the courtroom doors. Just minutes before the session began, a clip leaked online shows her muttering under her breath, "He wasn't supposed to bring the financials." And then, the drama began. Bezos's attorney stood up first, calm, measured, confident. "Your Honor, what we're about to present," he said. Asterisk details the undisclosed financial activity of Ms. Sánchez, amounting to over $5.5 billion in unaccounted movement. Underscore gasps, audible. Lauren's hand shot up to her face. Her attorney tried to object, but the judge waved him down. "Proceed." And just like that, the room shifted. This wasn't going to be a back and forth. This was going to be a legal assassination. Lauren didn't say a word, but her eyes, they said everything: that fear, regret, and something else, betrayal. As if she knew exactly what was coming and who helped bring it to light. Some say she mouthed the word Elon, others say she simply stared at Jeff silently, begging him to stop. But Bezos never even looked at her. He had already made his decision. This wasn't about closure. The judge leaned forward. The evidence files were handed over. The screen lit up behind Bezos's lawyer, and the first email began to display: a leaked message, a hidden transaction, and a line that would set the internet on fire. "Let's not let Jeff find out about this one." What happened next, no one was prepared for. "Let's not let Jeff find out about this one. Keep it under the radar." That single line, printed in bold on a courtroom screen, seared into every brain in the room. And it changed everything. What was meant to be a standard cross-examination turned into a full-blown expose. Jeff Bezos' attorney, known for his icy calm demeanor and a kill-shot approach, stood up holding what appeared to be a thick, unassuming binder. But as he cracked it open and said, "We call this the $5.5 billion folder," you could hear a pin drop. Lauren Sánchez, once poised and polished, visibly shifted in her seat. Inside that binder, alleged receipts. Not just your basic expenses or wire transfers, we're talking hundreds of pages. Each tab section labeled with names like Bali wire transfer, May 2023 Project Falcon account, Zurich private jet memo, cue to misuse courtroom. Staff wheeled in a projector, and that's when the chaos truly began. First slide? A screenshot of an encrypted email between two executives tied to Lauren's media ventures. The subject line read, "Diversion plan." The body? A single line: "We'll pull it from the Amazon fund shell." Jeff doesn't track that stream. Use the Falcon route. According to insiders, this Falcon route was allegedly a covert banking mechanism tied to offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, used to shuffle money quietly, discreetly, and allegedly without Bezos' knowledge. Then came the moment. An email dated just 6 months before their public breakup was displayed. The sender, a trusted advisor of Lauren. The recipient, a known associate who once worked as part of Bezos' charitable division. Let's not let Jeff find out about this one. Keep it under the radar, gasps echoed. Lauren's lawyer immediately objected, but the damage was done. Even the judge leaned forward. Bezos, he never flinched, didn't even glance her way. That silence? It screamed betrayal. Insiders say Bezos had been suspicious for months, not of infidelity, but of financial leakage. One unnamed source, a former Amazon exec, told Drama Plug off the record, Jeff tracks numbers like a hawk. When $40 million disappeared from a shell org tied to media investments, he started digging. Quietly, that's when the lawyer, codenamed the engineer inside Jeff's camp, started compiling the binder, every plane ride, every wire transfer, every unexplained asset. This wasn't about heartbreak. This was about money, power, and control. The $5.5 billion wasn't just a number. It was an ecosystem. Leaked court documents referenced 3 luxury properties in Monaco, a silent buy-in to a film studio in LA, and a mysterious media rain project allegedly funded through anonymous crypto donations, now traced back to a ghost company owned by Lauren's brother. Multiple shell companies, all allegedly tied to Lauren or her close associates, were cited as conduits for funneling Bezos' adjacent money. In the courtroom, Lauren refused to look at Jeff, but every projection, every wireframe, every damning email felt like a dagger. Jeff, he sat cold, still, his legal pad remained blank. Not a single note taken, not a single question asked. One source sitting just behind Bezos whispered to Pop Press, this wasn't about asking her what she did. This was about showing the world what she hid. No one saw this coming, not the press, not the fans, not even Lauren herself. But as the binder closed and Bezos' attorney said, we rest for now, the message was clear. This wasn't just a divorce, this was war, and the next move was going to get even uglier. The courtroom fell silent, then came the tape. A private voice note whispered, urgent, and allegedly addressed to someone with a single letter E. Moments later, Jeff Bezos' entire legal team leaned forward, the name floating in the air? Elon. What came next shattered everything Lauren Sánchez tried to protect. It started with a spreadsheet, lines and numbers, quiet things. But behind them, a storm waiting to explode. Lauren Sánchez's team looked confident as the day began. Her lead attorney, sharp-suited, smooth-talking, claimed that every dollar flagged by Bezos' legal hounds had been pre-approved business spending, nothing more than high-profile logistics. He said, a yacht here, a jet rental there. Glamour that came with dating a billionaire, but Bezos' team came prepared. And they didn't just bring receipts, they brought a voice. In a leaked call obtained through forensic recovery, Bezos' lead counsel announced, the defendant can be heard addressing an unidentified contact known only as E. The courtroom TENSED. Then the audio played, Lauren's voice recognizable, but low and rushed, filled the room. I moved the rest to the Geneva shell, like we discussed. Don't let them trace it back to me. One sentence, that's all. It took. People gasped. Even Bezos shifted uncomfortably, his eyes narrowing in disbelief. Whispers erupted. Insiders say even the judge looked rattled. Who was E? The most obvious guess, Elon Musk. He wasn't in the room, but his shadow suddenly loomed large over the entire trial. Speculation exploded outside the courthouse. Was Elon helping Lauren hide money? Was there more between them than anyone knew? And then came the apartment. Bezos' team revealed a set of offshore documents. A penthouse, $280 million quietly purchased in Monte Carlo. Held under a shell corporation. No public record. But the trails of wire transfers all led back to one account, an account linked to Lauren through a recently subpoenaed Swiss banker. This was no accident, Bezos' lawyer thundered. This was deception, coordinated, calculated, and criminally concealed. Lauren's defense crumbled in real time. She reached for her lawyer's arm. Her lips moved, but no words came out, her skin pale, her expression tight. She glanced nervously at Bezos. He didn't look back. Instead, he stared at the judge, then at the audio tech, waiting for the next piece of evidence. Her attorney leapt to his feet. Your Honor, we request a recess to properly investigate these allegations. And denied. The judge cut in, firmed, final. And just like that, the walls started to close in. Outside, the media circus went wild. #LaurenLake started trending within minutes. Paparazzi sprinted to cover the Monte Carlo angle. Ellen's reps issued a cold no comment. but insiders whispered he knew in boardrooms and billionaire circles. The betrayal felt deeper than a love triangle. This was about money, secrets, and a woman who'd been under everyone's nose while building an empire of lies. It started with a whisper, a single letter, not even a name. Just one encrypted character buried in gigabytes of decrypted data, but that one letter? It shattered everything. In the packed courtroom, tension was already sky high. Lauren Sánchez sat frozen, her designer sunglasses hiding a storm behind the lenses. Jeff Bezos, stoic, cold, but his silence screamed betrayal. Then Bezos's lead attorney stood. He clicked a remote, the lights dimmed. On the screen appeared a grainy screenshot, an encrypted signal message traced back to Lauren's private phone. Cyber investigators had been working overtime and they cracked it. Can't wait to see you again. Missed our last launch, the room gasped. Short, mysterious, powerful, and then came the voice, a former security aide. For Bezos took the stand, shaky but determined. Sworn in under oath, he spoke into the microphone. During multiple overseas business trips, Lauren would disappear for hours, sometimes full nights. She claimed it was yoga or solo time, but our logs showed her location pinging near SpaceX headquarters. Boom, just like that, the tech world's golden couple had a new name in their shadow: Elon Musk. Insiders say Bezos had long suspected there was someone else in the picture, but Elon, that wasn't even on his radar. At least, not until the photos resurfaced. Flashback to 2019, Lauren Sánchez photographed outside a private entrance to the SpaceX facility in Hawthorne, California. At the time, tabloids assumed it was a media tour or a documentary project. But now, that narrative was crumbling. She always wore the same hat, the aide said, black, unbranded. It was like a code. One of our guys said she'd only wear it when she was meeting with someone secret. Was it just business? Or was something far more intimate brewing beneath the billion-dollar surface? In a leaked voicemail allegedly obtained by private investigators, a voice believed to be Lauren's whispered, "You inspire me in ways he never did. Every time we launch, it's like I'm launching too." The court erupted, audible gasps, audible tears, audible rage. Bezos's legal team demanded an immediate injunction, but it was too late. The media already had it. Within minutes, social feeds were flooded with hashtags, #ELO an affair, #Lauren leak, #E for expositive. Judge slammed the gavel down. This hearing is spiraling out of control. Both parties are advised to halt disclosures before permanent reputational damage is done. But what happened next shocked everyone. Elon Musk, mid-interview at Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory, was blindsided when a reporter asked, "Care to comment on being codenamed E in the Bezos trial?" He smirked, then paused, then said, "No comment, but it wouldn't be the first time people assume too much from a single letter." He winked. That was it. No denial, no clarification. Just another cryptic Elonism tossed into the flames of a tabloid wildfire behind closed doors. Insiders say Bezos exploded, not just because of Elon but because of what it represented: a war of legacies. He built Amazon, Elon built Tesla and SpaceX. Both titans, both billionaires, and now, allegedly, both linked to the same woman. What started as a private marital rift was now an interplanetary scandal. And then everything collapsed. Literally. The hearing was adjourned indefinitely as Bezos's legal team claimed new evidence of cyber tampering. The internet went haywire. Rumors flew. Was Elon behind the decryption? Did Lauren plant the messages? Was this all a setup? No one knew what was real anymore. But everyone knew one thing: E isn't just a letter. It's the letter that brought Jeff Bezos to his knees. It was the final moment no one saw coming. The courtroom had already been on edge, tension so thick you could slice it. But when the final piece of evidence played, everything changed. A leaked email, allegedly from Lauren Sánchez's private account, was read aloud by the prosecution. The words? Cold, calculated, devastating. Once the settlements hit, I'll take what I can and vanish. Jeff has no idea. Audible gasps filled the room. Someone in the back row muttered, "No way." Lauren's expression froze. She blinked once, then again. Her lips parted, but no words came out. She lowered her head, slowly stood. And then, she collapsed. A horrifying thud echoed through the courtroom as her body hit the marble floor. People screamed. A security guard jumped over the bench. Paramedics were rushed in within seconds. The judge, pale and stunned, slammed the gavel. "Clear the courtroom immediately." Outside, chaos. Paparazzi scrambled. Helicopters hovered. News anchors, live on air, spoke in breathless tones. Breaking now. Lauren Sánchez has collapsed in the middle of today's court proceedings. We have exclusive footage of Lauren being stretchered out. Her face was covered. No confirmation on her condition. The clip, which immediately went viral, showed Lauren on a stretcher, her face hidden beneath a white cloth, one trembling hand clutching her chest. Sources say her pulse was elevated. Some whispered panic attack, others claimed it was staged. One unnamed courtroom insider told Dramaplug it wasn't just embarrassment, it was something deeper. She looked haunted, but what truly shocked the world was Jeff Bezos. He didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't follow her. He stayed seated, arms crossed, eyes locked on the judge like nothing had happened. That cold, calculated stillness, it was eerie, almost intentional. Insiders say he had been waiting for this. Waiting for the mask to fall, waiting for her to break. In private circles, some say Lauren had been emotionally unraveling for weeks, fidgeting in court, glancing at her phone constantly, whispering to aides about leaks and setups, but no one expected this. And as the media spiraled, the hashtags trended, and millions speculated on her condition. The judge called a recess. The courtroom remained sealed. And Jeff? He simply got up, straightened his suit, and walked out the side door, silent, alone. The narrator whispers, voice low, like a secret not meant to be told. This felt like the end, or was it just the beginning? Fade to black. Meghan Markle didn't say a word publicly, but sometimes a like is louder than a statement. One subtle tap on a viral Instagram post, one that slammed Jeff Bezos for his chilling silence amid the chaos. And the internet lost its mind. Does this mean Meghan's team knew something? Is she signaling support for Lawrence? Victims' theories exploded. Insiders whispered that Meghan had long suspected something wasn't right with the Bezos power couple, but had stayed quiet to protect royal connections, still lingering behind closed doors. But what really got the headlines buzzing was Gisele Bündchen. A private message, allegedly from Gisele herself, leaked through a close friend who had enough of the lies. You knew all along, didn't you? That's what the message read, sent directly to Bezos, short, cold, devastating. Gisele had been a guest on that infamous Mediterranean yacht trip, the one where Sánchez allegedly made promises, hinted at deals, and whispered about projects bigger than Hollywood. Now, Gisele felt used. Insiders claim she immediately pulled out of 3 major endorsements linked to Bezos-backed companies, a silent but unmistakable power move. Joe Rogan, he went off. On a late-night episode of his podcast, Rogan didn't hold back. This is wild. I always knew something was off. The timing, the silence, the deals behind the scenes. It smells fake. To clean, his guests tried to keep it light. But Rogan doubled down. He hinted that Hollywood elites have known for years that something wasn't right with the Bezos-Lauren dynamic. Mark my words, he said, this ain't the last leak. Beyond's silent. But silence in Hollywood speaks volumes. Her team issued a firm no comment. But insiders close to Queen Bey claim she's reevaluating future associations, especially with Sánchez's upcoming documentary, which was reportedly set to feature exclusive footage from Beyoncé's private archive. That deal? Dead in the water. Meanwhile, Twitter, now X, turned into a battleground of conspiracy. Lauren orchestrated this whole thing. Elon was the decoy. Bezos is playing for chess. She was always the villain. We just didn't see it. Paparazzi were spotted camping outside LAX, JFK, and private airstrips from Malibu to Dubai. Every move Lauren made was tracked. One blurry photo of her assistant boarding a jet sent tabloids into meltdown. The courtroom was dead silent until Sánchez's own half-sister took the stand, and what she said, it didn't just shake the case. It shattered whatever sympathy the public had left for Lauren. Lauren always had a backup plan. Her sister stated calmly, her eyes never leaving Lauren's. A wave of gasps rippled through the crowd. Insiders say Lauren's face went white, lips clenched, jaw locked, like she'd just been stabbed in the back by blood. But this wasn't just sibling drama, this was testimony. Under oath, subpoenaed, and it carried weight, legal and emotional. Her half-sister continued, she knew about the Cayman accounts. She told me, years ago, that if anything ever went wrong, Jeff wouldn't find a penny. Boom, that one line detonated years of curated image-building. Suddenly, Lauren wasn't the former TV anchor turned billionaire fiancé anymore. She was the villain in her own love story. Public sympathy gone overnight. Comment sections flipped. She played the game and lost. Betrayal of love is one thing, but betrayal of legacy, of family? Headlines screamed, Bezos betrayed by bride and blood. The hidden accounts exposed. $5.5 billion frozen in revenge move. And yes, it's true. Sources close to the proceedings confirmed Jeff Bezos froze over $5.5 billion in disputed assets that included joint properties, crypto wallets, and even luxury art stashed in European vaults. He played it cool, one court insider whispered. But he was 10 steps ahead the whole time. Then came the moment no one saw coming. Jeff made one final appearance in court. He stood, looked at the judge, and said simply, "Thank you." That's all I needed. Then he walked out, no press conference, no statements. Just gone, but the drama didn't stop there. Insiders say he's already making moves, literally. He's been spotted scouting land in Costa Rica, less than 20 miles from Gisele Bündchen's private beachfront estate. Coincidence? Or something deeper? Sources say they've had quiet dinners and friendly nature walks. But when the world's richest man makes a power move like this, you know it means something. And Lauren, she vanished. No new Instagram posts, no paparazzi photos, no yacht sightings, nothing. The last confirmed sighting? A grainy video from a private airstrip in Santa Monica. Lauren in oversized sunglasses, head down, boarding a Gulfstream G700 jet. No entourage, no fiance, no ring. Just her, alone, flying somewhere away from the noise, away from the cameras, away from everything. Some say she's in hiding, others say she's regrouping, but the truth, maybe she's just lost. And just like that, the woman who once had everything, the man, the mansions, the media's love, now has nothing but silence. And in this silence, Jeff Bezos walks free. Billions intact, Lauren Sánchez disappears, family fractured, and the world still watching.